some information where the 2-day RSI has now come above for the whole year. That's still a small picture. I wouldn't do that because a lot of people would take the 2-day RSI, 3-day RSI, 4-day RSI, 5-day RSI, and believe me, just connecting dots, right? That's not really that important. Look at this picture here. I mean, if you just look at it for what it is, it's fascinating, right? You look at this. This is a monthly RSI, and what you're seeing on the monthly RSI can't be anything. Like, when you look at the 2-day, 1-day, forget all of those. None of those matter when you start looking at this, monthly RSI, and you start seeing what this is showing, right? You can clearly see on this how the yellow line is pointing up. I mean, you can't have much more stronger data than this. This is some serious level of data. It's not based on a 2-day, based not on a 1-day, none of that business. This is a monthly data. Even the blue line for the stochastic RSI is still pointing up, right? Which is indicating clearly this is it, guys, right? This could easily go into a parabola. So this is the kind of information you should be looking at, right? Even if you look at weekly, it is a bit high. But it's pumping very, very good. I'm not too concerned. It has definitely invalidated the other zones that we had. You can see where we are right now. It's definitely invalidated that, and it's on the climb. This, again, based on what we just saw on the monthly RSI, the weekly RSI is showing strong signs that we have more room to maneuver. Means we have enough energy to push us even further. And you can see the distance between the blue line and the red line. That's just a clear indication how far we are going. So we are definitely more bullish in the sentiments section of the charts, right? We're definitely bullish. On the daily, I'm not seeing much. We are overbought, but I'm not concerned again too much. It's coming up as overbought. That's nothing. That could easily change tomorrow. Again, if you start looking at the 2-day, whatever, you'll see the same situation, right? None of this matters, right? The daily doesn't matter. So now we're going to go into the charts itself, right? Let me go into the chart. I'm going to show you the chart a little bit, and I want to show you some important things on the chart. So on the chart, one of the most important things that you have to look at is how the 31,000, so it was around the 30,984 is the current high that we've had. But you see this purple band that we have, this purple zone that we have around this particular area here, right? This purple area here. This area was very important, right? And we've actually gone to test that right now. So until we break this, nothing is going to be super bullish for us. So this is an area where the RSI overbought territory comes in, and it's just going to relax for a bit. Now, relaxing, we have to relax at a particular level, right? And the relaxing section that everybody's missing, right? So a lot of people are missing, especially in our groups. Guys, this $29,946.35, you can see it on every single chart that I've shown you, months and months, and I can even proudly say a couple of years now. I've been showing you this $29,946 level for a very long time, and look exactly where the support was found. Okay, maybe a few dollars up or down, but that's where we had to break the resistance. This is where we changed the market. This is a very significant level. So this significant level is important. We need to hold this as a support in order to continue. So yes, are we going to see the market come down in a day or two? Maybe. Right? I can't predict 100% what's going to happen, but maybe it might. But this area, the purple zone on the top, we will definitely test this area here because we have to break through this to be bullish, right? We have to 100% break through this, and then we become bullish. Until we break through, we are not bullish, right? Once we break through, then we have to go and find a support around this particular zone here. So around the top here, we need to break through, find a support exactly on this line, and then move on, which is around the 31,800. I will call it about $32,000 level. That's exactly where we need to go. So right now, if we do come back down, we must hold the $29,000 level, this particular area, bounce back up, and then we're bullish if we can continue doing this. And this is on the daily, guys. This is not something that important. Obviously on the weekly, it's pretty much the same thing as well. On the weekly, the $29,946 level is a very, very significant, important level. Again, you can see the same line on as many charts as you want to go and see on my videos. It's been there for a good couple of years now. I have not changed my line, all right? I do not change my charts. I don't change like the weather here, all right? That doesn't happen. So this is the kind of stuff you need to look at. Now, of course, when this market starts to pump, a few things also happen as well, right? You'll get to see how the entire total market cap also becomes really bullish as well, right? You start seeing that, and everybody's now saying, oh yeah, calling for whatever, right? it's all good. We can call for whatever. It doesn't matter. Remember, when you're looking at BTC, you can pretty much kind of guess what the rest of the market's going to do. When you look at Ethereum, you can pretty much guess what the rest of the market's going to do, right? Because they have pretty much the similar kind of a chart pattern, right? So when we add the entire global crypto market cap inside this one chart, you know, and we start looking at it, we can see where things are. Yes, the altcoins are pumping, but don't forget, most altcoins, if not all altcoins, are not priced in USD, right? It's just what the exchanges do to make it easier for the novices, right? Most altcoins, when they launch, or when they launch, they either launch in a valuation in BTC or mostly in a valuation of Ethereum or their native currency. So it's basically what they accept in the beginning. So that's the valuation. So when Ethereum and BTC start to pump, they also kind of reflect a price pump in themselves, because say for example, if the coin was launched like, oh, you get 1,000 of XYZ coin for one Ethereum, then you still get 1,000 XYZ coin for one Ethereum, but the Ethereum now is worth a little bit more. So it kind of a little bit reflects on that. It's not 100%, but it does reflect a little bit on that as well. So just be cautious when you start seeing other coins pump as well. Be cautious, right? And remember another fact, that how many coins we have right now. So for me, I wouldn't really bother with any altcoins right now unless I'm already holding some, which I do. So there are some coins that I am holding. In fact, I was holding some DOT, and that kind of crashed the other day, and then it started to recover again. Currently it's back into safety zone, which is fine as long as we can hold this. As long as BTC doesn't collapse, then we're okay. But right now, as you can see, the total market cap, we need to beat the $1.26 trillion level. If we can beat the $1.26 trillion level, then we're great. Okay, and I mean, even if we wanted to try some lower levels, we can also do that as well. Lower levels is not a problem, but ideally we want to beat the $1.26 $1.23 level. That's the important section here. Again, you can see this purple zone here. That's the line we want to cross over for us to say that, yes guys, this is it, we're in it, right? And of course, even then, there are other dangers of whales dumping in it, whatever. So we need to just be cautious. That's what I'm gonna say. Just be cautious, right? Just be absolutely cautious, because you never know what's going to happen. Now, one thing I'm going to say here, and this is not a financial advice. In fact, this entire video is not a financial advice, right? Obviously, I'm just responding to one of the members who on Discord who put a question out there. Guys, I want you guys to understand something. Few videos ago, I talked about this as well. I said, look, guys, it's getting confusing. There's a bit of a dilemma. It's like, what do you buy? Because everything you buy at some stage will dump, and there's a lot of pump and dumps going on, a lot of manipulation going on, and most people are just being bag holders on a lot of coins, right? So I wanted to take a gamble, and for me, the gamble was pretty simple, right? And I'm just doing it in the most simple way, just to hold BTC and Ethereum. So even right now, while the market's pumping, or even if the market dumps, right? If we can actually buy, right, so dollar cost average or whatever on the way up, doesn't matter what it is, you keep it consistent, $10, $20, $100, $1,000, whatever you can afford, right? Consistently, whether you do it every day, whether you do it every week, whether you do it every month, it doesn't matter, right? If you can keep it consistent, you're still going to be the winner. Remember this, you will never be able to, I mean, the opportunities that we had, like for example, when I mentioned, I was shouting about, I said, guys, if you can buy BTC below 20K, buy. We talked about it. We did that. But those days are gone, right? Now we are based on probabilities that, yes, if the market does this, then that. But right now the probabilities are changing, right? So we've changed to more of a bullish nature now. We know that we might not go there anymore. So we can see that the data suggesting we might not go back to the 20K. So now what do? Now we need to understand that, okay, guys, we need to start dollar cost averaging and getting in, because the reason we want to dollar cost average is because the volatility. We are going to see ups and downs. We can never time it exactly what's going to happen, because the whales are playing the game. And the reason the whales are playing the game is because weak hands, paper hands, have been selling their BTCs, right? So a lot of these guys who are manipulating, they're also losing, by the way. They're losing as well, because they pump the market, then they dump their BTC, and then another bigger fish just comes along and takes it. And those new bigger fishes that we have, the new whales that are entering the market, they are not sellers. They have loaned their company. They have sold part of their stocks and whatnot. And I'm not going to mention anybody here, but the point is they are borrowing to buy physical BTC or digital BTC, an actual BTC. Let's just put it this way. That's what they are doing, right? Compared to the greedy whales who are manipulating the market, buying and selling and dumping just to make a few pennies here and there, a little bit of change. The new whales that are entering this sphere, they don't want to make money. They just want your BTC because they know that if they can control the BTC, then they can make as much money as they want. And that's what they're doing. So for that, for you to be on that boat, you need to also accumulate as many BTC as you can. Doesn't matter even if it's a few Satoshis, doesn't matter. You need to start accumulating. The outcome could be one of two things. The outcome could be one BTC to $1 trillion, right? Or $1 billion, whatever, right? We could see that. That's the outcome. Or the other outcome could be they take control and they dump the entire thing and they kill BTC off. It could be one or the other. It could be one or the other. But it's a good gamble I'm willing to take, right? Compared to me putting $1,000 in something and then tomorrow some whale comes along and dumps it and it becomes worth like $10, right? I've lost $1,000, and there's been situations where I've lost thousands and thousands of dollars in the exact same scenario. They pump the market, so you go in and then you put some money down and they pump, and then they dump the entire thing and they leave it. So majority of people are bag holders, right? Unfortunately, that's the reality. And then the very same people who don't understand the concept of pumping and dumping and they get dumped on eventually vote for regulation, and regulation is coming. And when regulation does come, I can assure you a lot of this exchanges, central exchanges, even decentralized exchanges as well, a lot of these protocols and a lot of these altcoins will definitely phase out, definitely die out. They're never going to come back. You're just going to be holding them because, it's on the internet, so it's going to exist. It's not like the coin's not going to exist. The coin's going to exist. But the holders, the major holders, they are going to leave. And that's already happening, right? So while we're in this kind of a bullish trend upwards and the momentum is there and the pumps are happening and hopefully a parabola happens and we go to 100k BTC or maybe 150k BTC, during that time, if you're already holding alts, then it's probably a good time to try and take your initial, maybe some profits or whatever, got to take it out. I know it's a lot lucrative that, we can make 10x there, we can make 100x there. Yes, absolutely. If you've bought the bottom. It's like the other day when I talked about Polkadot on Discord. As a guide, one of two scenarios, right? Either Polkadot is going to the, it's completely become a shitcoin, or it's time to buy. So if people bought at that particular time, it's a gamble. Obviously, I'm not suggesting anybody to buy. If people bought at that time, you would have been up like 10, 15, 20%, right? Maybe not a 2x, 3x, whatever, none of that business, but you would have been up. So that's the kind of situation. But at the same time, the caution is there that it could go to a shitcoin because it lost all of its supports. And, of course, I went in and done a little bit of research and understood why it lost a lot of its research, a lot of its support in this and that. That's because it apparently they've been cutting down on their member of staff. So they've been letting go of a lot of people. They've sacked a lot of people, basically. So those guys, whoever held DOT, they tried to dump the market down. Listen, this kind of stuff happens, but, am I willing to take the risk? Am I willing to stay on the bet? I don't know. Is this another type of a manipulation? Another type of, just dump and recoup? I don't know. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But my bet's going to be on BTC and Ethereum. That's it. That's it. I've had enough. I've literally been in this game long enough now, and I've seen it go up and down, and then, it doesn't make any sense. I'm always losing. Yes, I might take my initial out, but ultimately I'm not really making much profit, unless it's in a bull market. In a bull market, any fool can make money, right? So if we're in the bull market right now, I would say pick your coin, stick to coin, and when the time is right, just dump them and get the hell out. But if you do hold some BTC and Ethereum, then hodl, because they will actually be worth a lot more. I don't want to give a prediction, but BTC, I'm not going to say anything until BTC goes back to $65,000 to $69,000. There's nothing to really predict until then. That's where we need to go to. We need to get to the all-time high before we look for another high. Right? Until we get to the all-time high, nothing matters. That's number one for BTC. Ethereum, right? Ethereum is a different story. Ethereum, with their burns and everything, if they can succeed, Ethereum, we should get to see $5,000-6,000 Ethereum, if not a $10,000 Ethereum. So that's something I'm betting a little bit more heavy on, right? You know, the Solana XYZ, Solana's kind of disconnected itself from FTX and whatnot. It has a potential, right? There's one that has a potential to do something, right? You know, Polygon Matic XYZ, they all have it, but when you look at the bigger picture, you've got to think about it. It's like, if Ethereum's going to pull through, does Ethereum really want to compete? Like, because originally, like Matic started as a layer 2 solution for Ethereum, but Matic's now kind of moving away to be its own thing. If Matic becomes its own thing, and which it technically was, then why would people bother with that, right? If people are looking to save fees and whatnot and this and that, then Arbitrum, Optimism, they do it better. You know, ZK Sync, they do it better. So why wouldn't you just go to ZK Sync or go to Arbitrum or Optimism, right? So I'm looking at it that way. I'm like, okay, here, you know, we want to use Ethereum without paying the fees of Ethereum. Then why don't we just stick to those ones? Because they actually technically still benefit Ethereum. So I'm just looking at it that way, basically. So there are not going to be, I mean, I'm not going to be looking at too many altcoins anyway, but just a few I kind of mentioned here, but I don't want to talk about it. As I said, I'm sticking to BTC and Ethereum. That's it, right? It's a no, you know, it's a no-brainer. So I'm just going to stick with that. But yeah, other than that, I'm not going to do any predictions or anything like this. I'm just going to say, guys, enjoy the moment, enjoy the pump. Everything looks good. Look, RSI, stochastic RSI, even the actual trend lines, everything looks very good. I mean, you can see the trend line here, how nice and steep it is. You know, this was very good. This particular pump that we had after the 28,000 was a very, very good pump. And then coming above the 29,946 and holding that as support is very important. So if it does that, then yeah, we're really, really good. I don't see any issues with this particular market. This could be it, you know, this could actually, this could be it. We could have a good Christmas here, you know. So let's see what happens. But another thing I wanted to kind of just drop here, just bear in mind, guys, October is usually a bullish month anyway. December can be a bit funny, all right, but January is normally a quiet month, so we'll see how it goes. But you know, in the bigger picture of things, we've gone to the bottom, we've started to recover, we've had hiccups up and down, we've had the volatility, and right now we're seeing a lot of momentum and energy come in. We should be positive as well. That's all I want to say. Other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on another one very soon. If you have any questions or anything like this, just throw it at me, and I'll try and make a video and try and answer it. I'm really busy right now because I've just been kind of messed up with a lot of personal stuff, a lot of financial stuff, and this and that. So I'm just kind of working extra long hours, doing whatever I can, just to get myself back to a position where I would be able to, I would be comfortable again. So that's what it is. That's my strategy right now. Not focusing too much on crypto or anything like this. And also, obviously, there are a lot of geopolitics and this and that as well, which doesn't really help. So yeah, the mind's kind of messed up, but I'm just trying to stay as positive as possible and just get on with life, and hope the best for all of you as well. And just stay positive, guys. You know, doesn't matter how much negativity you see or anything, stay positive. That's the most important thing, you know. You know, if you decide on something and you believe in that something, then you know the law of attraction kicks in and the universe will provide it. So remember this, okay? So if there are, you know, if you think it's a bull market and everybody thinks it's a bull market, then it is a bull market, because we are getting the universe to make it into a bull market, and everything should be good for you. I know it's kind of stupid me saying something like this right at the end of the video, but it is what it is. I just wanted to get it off my chest. So that's about it, guys. I'll catch you on another one very soon. Adios.